Okay, welcome to the Majors Mess Hall podcast, episode 230 now. Nice round number. This is the first episode back from, I obviously went back to the UK for my grandfather's funeral. This is the first episode back, and I'm joined by Tony again. How's it going, Tony?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, good. And
Nice trip.
yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. It was nice. And we're also joined by she hasn't been on for a long time. She was only ever on the once, but she's back again now. This is Cookie. Welcome back to the show, Cookie.
Thank you so much for having me on.
And you've from the last time we spoke and you were on, you've put some colour in your hair now. There's some blonde
I
highlights.
know
It
I've
looks
gone
nice.
short. Thank you, thank you. You know what you do? You break up, you go for a whole image change. Ta-da! That was it.
Yeah, it looks great. Tony
Thank
Tony obviously
you.
doesn't Tony's not able to do that with
Yeah.
every episode.
I'm just jealous that you've got lovely flowing locks.
Every episode we always touch on Tony
So
being bald. But he's a good
what it
sport about
is,
it.
what it is, Gavin, is something called the baldest. Um,
Baldest.
you've got it in for bald people, and you called me an egg the other day. So you look like a perfectly shaped egg.
No, that's because I used one of those like it's the whole thing at the moment is AI and you can turn yourself into a Muppet or a cartoon character. And I did a Simpsons one of me and him, and he did come out looking like an egg with a face. I thought maybe he'd look a bit like Homer, but he doesn't. It's just like a round egg-shaped head with a face on it.
I look better as a Simpsons character than me in real life.
No way.
Or maybe you can paint yourself yellow for the next episode then.
I might do,
We'll
yeah. You never
compare
know.
compare the two, see how it goes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there you go.
You talk about Muppets. My late husband actually used to say I look like Janice from the
Janice.
Muppet.
That's as far as Muppets go, I'd say that's a compliment because she's probably the best looking female Muppet, I would say.
Yeah, I'm failing to see the compliment there, but
Well, women tend to like to have bigger lips, and she's known for having big lips and a nice smile. So maybe that's what he meant. Maybe. But she doesn't really have any eyes. That's the only thing. They're kind of always closed.
maybe she's just dopey. Oh my God, was he calling me dopey? Have I
She is
only just
she
got
is a
that?
bit dopey, to be completely honest with you. She is a bit dopey. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Muppets fanatic, so yeah.
Which one would you be then?
Well, I like Gonzo. I've always liked Gonzo. There's a statue of Gonzo. He's up there. Um, yeah.
Well, on the ceiling.
No, he's on the. Have you not seen him before? Have you
Uh,
never
the
seen him,
mo
Tony?
I know who Gonzo is, but I don't know the full repertoire of the
No, but have you
Muppets.
not seen my Gonzo?
Oh no,
I'll
no.
have to show you now.
Are you gonna
That
get a
wasn't a
step ladder?
euphemism, by the way. Hold on. I've got to move. Oh, look at you. There's you, Tony.
We'll see. There we go again. The baldest is out.
Hold on.
He's
Oh,
But it's like a full, like it's a proper.
oh yeah,
They
I've
call
seen it.
them they call them photo replicas because when you photograph the Muppets for some sort of promo, it's not the puppets. It's like a real life sort of statue because you can't pose a puppet, but you can pose these. So this is a replica of one of those, and he does move, and you can close his mouth and open his mouth really wide, and like yeah,
Does he make a noise if you press his belly?
he doesn't make any noise if he presses his belly. No, no, he doesn't.
It's no good.
You can take all the clothes off though if you want to. If you wanted a naked Gonzo, you can. It looks really weird. I did do it once just to say I've done
I know what you do at the weekends.
I was just about to say the same thing. That's exactly what you do at the weekends.
The
Gavin
thing with Gonzo is
disappears.
no one's ever really pointed it out, but when you turn him upside down, he does look quite suggestive, doesn't he? Like his face. You've got this long phallic thing coming out, and then you've got his two eyes underneath it. Just it's a bit. Do you know what I mean?
If
A little
if
bit.
yours is bent like that, I suggest you go and see a doctor.
Okay, so on that note, yeah, that's Gonzo anyway.
Put
So
him back on the ceiling.
Tony would be, you know, that one who hangs around with Beaker, Dr.
What's his
Bunsen
name?
Honeydew, the green one. He's got
What's his name? Kermit.
no, not Kermit. He is green, but he's not. No, he's not Kermit. He's Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. He's got a round head and he hangs around with Beaker.
Does he
Everyone
look
knows who
like
he is.
does he look like an egg?
He's got a round head. It's not egg shaped. It's more just like round.
Beaker's the one that looks like a toilet brush with a Z. Is that
He
right?
does. He does. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who his mate is, so I'll have to look it up.
He just hangs around with Beaker and he can talk. Beaker can't really speak, so he does the talking for Beaker.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
gone off track there with the Muppets, but yeah, how did we get onto the subject of the Muppets? Where did that come from? Oh yeah, the Simpsons and the Muppets thing. We did it for the last episode. We did a photo of me, Chris, and Tony, and we turned us into Muppets. And yeah, it was quite interesting. It is really good. It looks real. You should do it yourself, Cookie. Put yourself. It's in ChatGPT. You just put a picture of yourself
Okay.
in and say turn into a Muppet, and it literally looks like someone's made a puppet out of you.
Right. Well, if Janice comes up, I'm not going to be overly impressed.
I think I'll do it for you. I'll put your picture through and I'll send it to you. It won't look like Janice. I promise you it won't.
Okay. I actually see you two as, the two old dudes.
Beavis and Butthead.
No, not
Statler and Waldorf. Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. Yeah,
yeah.
that's you
I,
two.
We'll
I
stick
know
us in the
them, yeah.
balcony and we'll heckle everyone.
I can see that now. I could actually see that.
Yeah. That sounds like a fun idea for a podcast, that doesn't it?
What's that?
Heckle
Heckle
It's like
people.
two
everybody.
guys sitting on a balcony heckling people. I don't know. This sounds like there's an idea in there. Well, it's already been used, hasn't it, by Jim Henson, obviously. Right. Anyway, moving on. So I did go back to the UK for my granddad's funeral. I was there for like 11 days. I think it was like 12 days in total. And it was nice. Even the funeral, as far as funerals go, it was really nice. The weather on that day, it was nice anyway when we were over there, but the weather on the day of the funeral was like particularly nice. It was nice and sunny. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was exactly the same when my nan passed away 7 years ago, the day of the funeral. Just like I know, like you might think, oh, the weather doesn't really matter, but it kind of does because like when it's a funeral, it's already sad. So when it's like raining and stuff, it just kind of adds to the you already feel down. Do you know what I mean? When the sun comes out, I don't know about you guys, but like the sun makes me naturally happy, even if I'm in a bad mood. It can actually perk me up just seeing sunshine. So it was nice. I got up and gave a speech. Nobody else wanted to. They just didn't feel comfortable. But so I was like, well, I don't really either. But someone has to say something, and like it's kind of an honor to do it. So I'm obviously going to do it. So yeah, I did. I got up and did that. It was hard, but I'm glad I did it. Me and my brother, two cousins, my dad and my uncle Dave all carried my granddad in, which was nice as well. That's a bit of an honor to be able to do that. So we did that, and then afterwards we all went back to a place where him and my nan used to go every single Saturday night. It was like a social club, kind of like I know Tony, you're a fan of like Phoenix Nights, the
Yeah.
uh, the
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Kay show, the sitcom. It's kind of like that kind of club. Like it's just like we used to call it like an old people's club, but it's like a social club, and they do like functions and stuff. So we arranged to have the after thing there, and it was nice. People were talking about him and what a lovely person he was, and just telling stories about him. It was honestly a really nice day. So aside from that, it was nice to see friends and family. We weren't there, like I say, for that long, but I managed to see pretty much everyone I wanted to see. Not every single person. I know I mentioned to you, Cookie, that I was going to try and meet up with you. Obviously, it didn't
Yeah.
happen, but maybe next time. But then on the last day, so what we decided to do was to break up the trip, and we've done it before. We decided to fly down, sorry, get the train down to London, spend the day in London with the kids, and then fly out, like stay the night in a hotel there, and then fly out the next day to Halifax. So we get the train down to London. It's great. Again, lovely sunny day, very warm, like t-shirt weather. Taking pictures, the kids in front of the Gherkin and the London Bridge and all that sort of stuff, and it was great. It was really nice. And I'd warned the kids about pickpocketing. I'd said like you got to keep your stuff pockets close to you. Don't put anything in your back pockets. Like keep your bags relatively close to you as you can because people in London, it's a tourist trap. People will pickpocket you. So the kids were like, didn't even know what it was. So they were like, okay. So they were aware. So then we, we were looking for somewhere to eat. It was around lunchtime, and we'd seen a sign for a KFC, and we decided that night we were going to try and go to the Hard Rock Cafe for a meal because it's like, it's not somewhere you can typically go and it's a bit different. And we've been before and it's really nice. So we'll just get something like small for lunch to keep us going. So like maybe we'll just like split a meal or something in KFC just to keep us going. So we've seen signs for KFC and we're walking around looking. The four of us are stood there with backpacks on. So we look like we're a bit of a target, really. You can tell we're not from London and we're there, you know, seeing the sights. So anyway, we find this sign for a KFC, which is underground. It's a bit of a weird one, which I've since found out, right? Because I've looked into it afterwards, and I've since found out apparently it used to be like a public lavatory.
Ew.
Yeah. So when you find out it's not, now it's a restaurant. I never would have went in there if I'd have known that. I mean, it looked clean when we went in, and it didn't smell or anything, but like it was, you'd walking downstairs and it's under the ground. So as soon as you get down there, it's KFC. So we went in, we ordered, sat down at the table. It was a table for 6 people. So there was a seat next to me empty, and my wife was opposite me, and there was a seat next to her empty. And then my son was next to me, and my daughter was opposite him next to my wife. So Dina comes over with the food, puts the food down, we're eating. And I had my phone out because I was trying to connect to Wi-Fi because my phone's always in flight mode when I'm in the UK, because otherwise you get a big bill. So phone is in flight mode. And I can't get on the Wi-Fi for whatever reason. It's not connecting, which is weird because normally, especially somewhere like KFC, the Wi-Fi you just connect straight away. Wouldn't work, so I just put my phone down on the table and just carried on eating. Next thing you know, these 2 women come in, and they never said like to me. They gave the impression that they were foreign. They might not have been, but they didn't say a word. They didn't speak anything. One of them had like I don't know the proper term for this, but it was like a headscarf. You could see her
Mm.
face, but she had a scarf like wrapped around her head, and it went around her neck. So I don't know where she was from. Like I say, she may have been British, but she didn't speak. And so she comes up to me and this other woman that was with her that looked kind of the same. They were both kind of dressed similarly. She went up to my wife, and so the woman that comes up to me, she gets this. She has a piece of paper. It was an A4 piece of paper in a plastic wallet, and she puts it in front of me, and I'm looking at it, and it just looked like a load of signatures. Like if you ever like practice your signature over and over again on a piece of paper, it looked like that. So I'm looking at it and I can't figure out what I'm looking at. I'm like, is this a different language? Like, does she need help? What's she asking for? Meanwhile, and I'm not aware of this, the other woman has a handful of coins and she's offering them to my wife and at the same time reaching for her food. So my wife again is just confused, going like, what's going on? No one's speaking. We're just kind of like looking to see what the hell's going on. So then this woman like actually grabs a piece of Dina's food. So again, I'm still looking at this piece of paper, trying to figure out what the hell I'm looking at. This all took place within like the space of about 5 seconds. So then I hear Dina yell out, "Can you not touch my food, please?" So I look up, and this woman's literally grabbed hold of her food. So at this point, I stand up on my seat and go, "Right, go, like move." I didn't touch them, but I like shooed them away. So the two of them very strangely walked backwards. They looked bewildered and confused. They genuinely they didn't run away, they didn't laugh, they didn't say a word. They just backed away and they looked really sad. And I was just convinced they obviously wanted food. One woman was offering money, the other woman's got a piece of paper that was maybe a different language saying she wanted food. I don't know. They both back away and then they stopped and just stood there staring at us. And I was like, go, keep going, go. So they turn around and they leave. They didn't run away, they just walked away. So we go back to our food, and my wife's like, "I'm not eating this." Like she just touched it, and I was like, "Well, you can have some of mine. It's fine, We'll." So we just carried on, and we just assumed that they were trying to take our food. About 3 minutes go by, and then I look down to like look at my phone. My phone's gone. So they obviously stole the phone. So I was like, oh, and it's just that moment when you just feel like a fool because you're like that whole thing, that whole charade was just a setup to distract you from what they really wanted, which was either money or something expensive. In this case, my phone, brand new Samsung S24 Ultra. I only got it in November. It's brand new. It was passworded, which is good, but still. So I automatically run out the restaurant to go and see if I can find them. They were obviously gone, but I you have to check, don't you? So I went out and looked around, couldn't see anyone. Came back down. Dean is on the phone to the phone company to cancel the phone. So they did. They blocked the number. They blocked the SIM card. I was told straight away that when you do that, the phones it's no good to them. They can't use it for anything. It's done. So, like I say, it was password locked as well, so they couldn't get in without that. And then we were advised to call the police to get a crime number for insurance purposes, because not the police can't do anything, but what they can do is log it and then give you the crime number. So we did that, and then thankfully, I do have insurance on the phone, which is back in November when I took the phone. It's under like a lease. Um, I wasn't sure if I was going to do the insurance, and I was like, you know what, let's just do it. It's an extra $10 a month. Let's just do it. So I'm glad I did. And they did want the crime number, so we gave them that. And yeah, long story short, with that, I got a new phone about 5 days later. So not too bad. But yeah, we got robbed. The worst thing was the kids were really upset. They were both scared and crying. Like my kids have never been exposed to anything like that before, and we just spent what was like 11 days with people that showed them nothing but love. Like my aunties were giving them money left, right, and centre. They got more money off my aunties than I ever did. Like they were just giving them cash to spend in London. Spend this, spend that. Like it was Charlie's birthday, so he was being spoiled for that. And they would just show nothing but love for 11 days. And then to end the trip on, to learning that, not everyone's nice and there is some really horrible, nasty people out there. It's a lesson that it's a good lesson for them to learn, but not the way they did. So that was hard because they were upset for me. They were, because I made comments about losing the pictures that were on there. And so they were upset for me, which I was like, oh. And all I wanted to do was go to the hotel and just wait for the flight because the last thing we wanted to do was go around London. But we had to for the kids. So
Mm.
we basically had to just
Yeah.
put on a bit of a front and just make the most of it. So it was a bit shit, but that
It
was
was
my
nice that you
time in
did that
London.
though. It was nice that you did that though, wasn't it? Just carry on for the kids.
We had to, and like it was just I just didn't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like I just really like it soured it for me. Like I loved London, and now, and I know don't get me wrong, there's bad people here as well. There's bad people everywhere. There's bad people in Liverpool. There's bad people in Nova Scotia where I am right now. There's bad people in the Midlands. There's bad people everywhere. But I'd never had that experience in London, and I've been going there for years, and it was just like now it's kind of made me think twice of like, do I really want to go back again? Do I really want to risk it again, like just being robbed? So
I mean,
yeah,
those instances are actually quite rare, you
yeah,
know. So yeah, I've lived in London most of my life, work in London,
yeah.
and touch wood, not have had anything like that. But these scams are just getting more and more sophisticated,
It's
and
terrible.
they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it was a massive distraction
yeah.
technique.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm angry. Don't I'm really angry and I'm upset because there was pictures on there that I lost. But like
Mm,
I am really impressed the way they did it. Like I say, even to the point of me when I said go away, they could have ran. They could have she had the phone. She could have turned around
mm.
and ran. But then I would have realized and chased them and like given their build and size, I clearly would have outran them and they knew that. Like so they made sure they left without me realizing what had happened and they just walked away. And probably when they got outside and were out of sight, they probably ran then. But yeah, I'd like hats off to them. Like they genuinely did. They fooled me. Like they took advantage of me. Like they were gave the impression they wanted food. But yeah, they were after that phone. And yeah,
They got it.
yeah, just just horrible. And that's like, and I was just glad because I'd picked up a um what is it? I can't even think of the word I'm looking for now. I'm like not a MacBook, but an iPad. I picked up an iPad for Tony. I met up with Tony's mother-in-law while I was there, Maureen. Who we've got to get on the podcast because she's brilliant.
Yeah.
So she gives this. I had that in the bag that was with me, and I remember thinking, oh, God, I'm so glad that didn't go. And when I told Tony, Tony goes, I'd rather they'd have took that than your phone. That's just the kind of
Yeah.
person Tony is. Like,
That's the
but like
first thing I said.
we had that, we had a laptop, we had Charlie's Nintendo Switch was in there. Like this is all stuff that isn't insured. That like if that had been stolen, that's just done. There was our passports. I had my PR card, my permanent resident card, and my wallet. If she'd have took my wallet, I'd have been screwed because they won't let me back in Canada without it. So that would have
What, even
really
without your passport?
with the passport, yeah, like I can travel to Canada, but when I get here, they want to see that PR card. They want to see that I'm a permanent resident. And if I don't have
Um,
it, they can actually turn around and say, I'm sorry, we're not letting you in. You need that card. So
Wow, okay.
yeah,
It causes problems, the PR
it,
card
it,
things. You
yeah,
have to have it.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Which is
game
pointless
over.
because you just think I'm obviously in the system as being a permanent. You obviously can find that out, and you really want to see a card which has been stolen from me. Like, how does? Maybe there is a bit of a way around it. Like, if you lose it, maybe I don't know. But apparently, you need it in order to get back in. They don't want to see it when you leave. They only ask to see it when you're returning.
Well, yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine that. But I imagine they have a system.
I don't know. When my nan passed away, it was because they're only good for 5 years, these cards, and it had expired. So I could get over for the funeral. But when I was there, I had to like fast track my passport down to the Canadian embassy in London to have them send me up a piece of paper that was like in replace of the card. So like I say, there is things that they do to show when I was coming back in whilst I wait 3 months for the new card. So that was worrying because I literally had to send me passport, so I didn't have a PR card, and I didn't for a portion of time while I was there have a passport either. So I'm like, I'm stuck here. My wife and kids are back in Canada. I'm here for my nan's funeral, and I don't have right now any way of getting back. If something happens to my kids and I've got to jump on a plane right now, I can't. It was horrible. It was a horrible feeling.
Yeah, I have heard they're pretty strict over there in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I don't understand about the mobile? I work in mobile phones here in Canada, and they're obsolete. If someone steals a phone, that they can't use them. What do they do with them? I don't understand.
I was told
Um,
Can
they sell them on the black market. So they'll normally what they'll do is they'll sell them to people overseas. So that phone, they probably sold it to somebody in North America somewhere, maybe. I don't know. And they'll
but
be dishonest
can they
about it.
unchip it? They can chip it, right? Or do something with it that
I don't know. I was
they
told
makes
must
it
be
work.
able to.
yeah, they must be able to do something. I was told it's no good, but it was frustrating for me because all my passwords, which probably isn't a small thing to do, but there's a note section on the phone, and I had all my passport passwords for everything stored in there, for everything, like
I
for
hope you've
Did
Facebook.
it not come
changed
back?
them.
I've changed them now, but like I couldn't, whilst I didn't have a phone, I couldn't change them because I couldn't remember them all. Because like a lot of the time you sign into these things, it remembers, so you don't have to keep putting it in. So you forget it. I just forget them in the end. Or like it's like you use your thumbprints or something to get in. So for a while, whilst I didn't have the new phone, I had to just sit and wait, hoping that these people hadn't hacked into my accounts to get because
Oh,
when you hit like can't remember password, it goes, okay, we're going to send you a text to your phone. I don't have the phone, so you can't. So I had to wait to get my new phone to get my old number back, which I've got, to then do like a password reset, which I've now done. So we're good. And it doesn't look like anyone's hacked into anything. Everything's secure. There wasn't any banking info on there or anything like that. So it just would have been like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that kind of stuff, TikTok. So it's not really any good to anyone, but
so they
I've
might see
got
your dodgy videos on TikTok then, where you've been
they
doing
they
little
might,
dance offs to you
yeah,
by yourself.
yeah, they might see some of that stuff. Yeah,
I've got a 2 point question. It's a 2 point question on that theme.
go on.
I did write it down somewhere. Wait there. Um, how many pieces of chicken did you have on the plate when your phone was stolen? Right.
Yeah.
And the second part of the question is, after you chased the thieves down, did you go back and finish the meal?
So I was kind of preoccupied with the fact my phone had been stolen. I didn't really do a chicken count, to be honest with you. I never did a fillet count, unfortunately.
Understandable,
I
yeah.
think there was maybe two pieces left, maybe, and I think I might have had one more bite, but my appetite was gone. I was done for the day. It was completely gone. I wasn't hungry at all. It was just like I say, the two kids were bawling. So you're like, Dana's on the phone. She was on the phone for ages. I just wanted to get out of KFC. I hated being in there. The staff didn't care. We told the staff, and he said, "I'll get the manager," and he didn't. So we had to go back again and say we were kicked off and said, "You said you get the manager." He goes, "I did. I told the manager." Well, she didn't come over. So the manager came over in the end, and she apologized and said, "This thing never happens here. This thing's never happened here before." Okay, well, it's just
Bullshit.
happened now. Like, what's that? What am I supposed to do with that information? What's the alternative that it happens every single day and I should have known better? Like.
Ridiculous.
So yeah. And the
Well,
KFC, while we're on the what's that?
I'd call bullshit on that for a start. I mean, it's KFC in the middle
Yeah.
of London in a literal toilet.
Yes.
Like
It's on.
it
Yeah.
happened. It's
I
happened.
know. I know. And apparently, like, so this was in Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge apparently is the worst for pickpockets. So it must
I
have
would
happened
say
in there
so.
before. It must have.
They probably don't want the adverse sort of attention.
Publicity. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that we were targeted because, like I say, we were outside. We've all got a backpack on, which straight away tells you that you're not from London. And we're all doing this, looking around for KFC. All of us, all four of us, are looking for KFC. So we looked like we were just vulnerable. Basically, they just knew they could steal from us. They
I mean,
probably
that's
flashed us in
messed
there.
up. But yeah, you were kind of beacons. All I'm getting is images of that episode of Friends, where he's got the British flags and
Yeah.
the British hats and stuff. You may as well have just
I
done
may as well have had one of those Joey style big hats on. I may as well have had one of them on. That's just
exactly,
yeah, yeah,
exactly. Well,
just
welcome
unfortunate.
back to London.
Yeah, I know. It was yeah, it was horrible.
Don't let that put you off, though, mate. It's just a
Well,
bad experience, one off.
what I said was
Yeah,
I like the whole breaking up the flight thing because otherwise you're trying to make flights with two little kids and it's difficult. So like I like going down to London and staying in a hotel. I like doing that the day before. But I wouldn't. I said to Dina, I was like, the last thing I want to do is start walking around London with a backpack on again. Like, I'm not doing that again. If we ever did it again, it would have to be like last time we went back. We did a day in London, but we did it in the middle of the trip. So we literally got a train down, 2 hours, 2.5 hours on the train early in the morning. Spent the day in London and 2 hours, 2.5 hours back up to Liverpool. I'd do that again, but I'd never do it where you're carrying bags around and stuff. It's too much, especially with two little kids.
Yeah.
no,
So
no.
yeah.
But next time you come down to London, you'll have your very own bodyguard right here
Well, actually,
because
now you mention
I'm
it,
so
so
intimidating.
I think I'm going to be coming back in September on my own because my cousin's getting married in Birmingham, but I'll be up in Liverpool for like 2 weeks. So within that time, we'll have to meet up definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Birmingham's not that far from here. It's about 40 minutes from where I am.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to
So it's not
convince
far.
Tony to come with us as well. I'm trying to get him to come with us because he can come up and see his friends and family while I see mine.
Or
Yeah, definitely.
we could record a special of you
There you
guys
go.
in London
Yeah,
with your big,
in
with your
Tower Bridge,
big.
and we'll interview pickpockets.
We'll go back to the seat of the crime if you want and
Yeah,
have a
go and have a
KFC.
KFC. Yeah.
Has that dampened your experience of the Colonel now, or you?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Not even just for that reason. So about 4 or 5 days before then, I was with my friend Dave and my other friend Craig. And Craig, the listeners of this podcast will know Craig, because Craig started this podcast with me and was on it for about 6 years before he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So the three of us decided we were going to go to KFC up in like on the Wirral somewhere. I can't even remember where it was now. Anyway, so we went to KFC and they have different things on the menu there than what they have here. Like they have like the Tower Burger. I'm sure you remember that one. Do you remember the Tower Burger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they had, I think it was a Tower Burger box meal or something, and I was really hungry, so I was like, I'm gonna get that. And so I ordered it, and it wasn't that. Like whatever it was that was meant to be in that box wasn't there. So I was already soured because I was annoyed. And I remember thinking to myself, and this is the truth. I never said it out loud, but I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst experience I've ever had in KFC in my life. And then 5 days later, I get robbed in
Oh,
KFC.
famous last
So
words.
Oh dear.
twice I went to the KFC in the UK, and it was terrible.
Yeah, general rule, KFC shit in the UK.
I
Just
know, but I just love the chicken.
The,
really?
Yeah, I don't
Go
know
to
what it is.
Nando's. Go to Nando's.
oh
Oh,
no,
right, right,
Kuki.
okay. Listen, here about Nando's. This is
Oh,
more disappointment than that. I love Nando's, right? And we'd said we'll have to go to Nando's because you can't get it here. Let's go to Nan. So we'd planned to go to Nando's, never went. And we're in London, and we made the comment, oh, we never went to Nando's. That night we went. We were looking for Hard Rock Cafe. We find it. We go in. I'm already annoyed because I don't have a phone. And so we go in and they say, oh, also our flight was cancelled on, this is all on the same day. So I'm well annoyed at this point. We go in, they're fully booked. Like, and Dina said, I had a feeling they were going to be fully booked, but like we couldn't pre-book because we didn't know what time we were going to be there. So you can't really book. Do you know what I mean? And it was like a 2 hour wait, and we were like, can't do it. So we went to, I think it was like Planet Hollywood or something, fully booked. So I'm like, I'm getting annoyed now. We're gonna end up going somewhere like KFC again here, because like, where else are we gonna eat? So we're looking everywhere. We ended up finding a Pizza Express, which I didn't want to go to. So we went there. It was fine. Food was nice. I just wasn't in the mood for pizza. And then when we finished that, we come out Nando's, and I'm like, oh, we could have had a Nando's. That would have like saved the day.
Yeah, but Nando's is wasted on you,
No,
isn't
because
it, lemon and
I
herb?
was gonna go one up than than the lemon and herb, because you made me
Oh,
feel you basically made me not feel like a man because I said to you, that's all I have. Look
Really,
at Tony. Tony's disgusted here. Look.
the lemon and herb.
Yeah, because I'm a bit worried it's gonna be too spicy, and then I've
You've got to
paid.
get the big flag in it saying it's hot.
No,
yeah,
I'd have to go the
exactly.
next one up. I'd go the next one up, but I was gonna do it for Cookie because she said you can't, like, that's terrible that you just have lemon and herb.
Oh, you've gone down
Yeah,
in my
She
no.
estimation here.
demasculated me by making fun of me basically. So I was like, right, I'm gonna have to go. So I was gonna do that, and then it was ruined.
I'm going to send you over some extra hot sauce, and we wonder what you eat it live.
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah,
it.
well,
And Tony, yeah, see, Tony's saying, yeah, do it because he knows that it'll be too hot and the bottle will end up in his cupboard. I'll just end up giving it to him.
I love spicy food, and you know what? I'm starving now. All I can think about, I
Right.
love Nando's
Okay.
so
Right.
much.
So the both of you like spicy food, don't you?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, yeah.
What? Okay. Why? I don't understand. It's not enjoyable to have your tongue on fire.
it
What's nice
is.
about it? It's not though.
The more your nose runs, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing screams romance on a date than a snotty ass nose and
I'm
your
not.
eyes streaming.
I'm not so much worried about the snotty
Wetting.
nose. It's more just that, like, your tongue's on fire. That's not a nice sensation. It hurts.
Your tongue gets used to it after a while. It's not.
Mm.
It's like when I first started. I was in university with an Indian fella. We were like best mates, and he went, "Try this food," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so hot! I can't eat that." Now I could eat it no problem. You can feel your palate gets used to it. That's what I think
It get
anyway.
damaged, basically. It gets damaged.
It takes
Oh, it
layers
doesn't
off.
get that.
Yeah. I just
Teaches
don't.
you to be a man. Puts hairs on your chest. Might put
There
hairs
you
on your
go.
head.
Oh
Well,
God.
it hasn't worked for him yet, has it?
They're coming at me from all angles this episode. Jesus.
I'm sorry,
But
I couldn't
also, like, as
resist.
well,
Oh, you go.
without being
Don't
too
worry,
graphic,
Kuki.
it burns going in, but it burns coming out, and that doesn't. You
Just
don't get used to that, do you?
just make sure you put the toilet roll in the fridge before you have it.
Does that actually work?
I don't know, but I should try it.
I just that's something else because you can argue like, oh, your tongue gets used to it, yeah, but that does, but it doesn't the other way, so it's not enjoyable. I'd be worried all day. I'd be like, this is gonna hurt.
Because I make this curry called beef rendang, it's called. Can't get it in Nova Scotia. I've looked everywhere. I'd like someone to make it for me. And how many times have I said to you, I'll bring you some beef rendang around? And he's like, no, no, don't want no part of that. And you're
No, because
like, you just,
it's gonna be really hot.
yeah, so what?
He brings me
Just eat
food all
it.
the time. It's like almost every time he comes here, he brings me. Even the other day on his birthday, he came to drop off a pot noodle for me. Just dropped it off on his birthday.
They were on
Oh,
sale. They were on sale in the local superstore, and I thought I've got to get them one. They're only $3.
I had it for my lunch
They're
as well.
normally
Yeah,
about $7. So I was like, oh
yeah,
for a pot noodle.
yeah.
yeah,
Because you can't get them here, so they're imported.
Am I going to have to send over like the best of British
pot
care
noodles.
boxes? Yeah, pot
I
noodles and
listen.
Nando sauce.
I'm not gonna argue with you if you want to send me something from the UK. I'm not gonna argue with you at all.
Pookie, right? Here's one thing: you can get, for some bizarre reason, there's not a Nando's in sight, but you can get bottles of Nando's sauce in Walmart, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
you
it's
can.
only the mild one, so I'm not interested. Gavin will probably take it.
I would, yeah. Let's have the mild one.
You know,
I also,
there's a really extra hot one now.
Oh, is there?
I just
I've
don't
been
see the
got.
Mm.
point of it. I don't see
I've
the
been.
point.
I've been gone too long. I need to go back.
Yeah, come over. Let's go for a cheeky Nando's.
I
Cheeky Nando's. Oh, love that.
So this is it's an empty bottle now, but this is the Trailer Park Boys hot sauce. Didn't even taste it. I got it for the bottle and tipped the sauce down the drain. That is
You
bad,
never,
isn't it?
you never even
What?
phoned me and said you
I
want
didn't
to
even.
try.
No, because before I knew you, that's how old this
Oh,
is. Like
okay.
it's just the empty bottle. I didn't. Okay, so I left it in there, and then it expired by like 2 years, and I thought, right, I should probably tip that out now. I'm never gonna try it. It's expired anyway, so I just tipped it away. But yeah, that's the empty bottle. Didn't even try
What
it.
a waste. What
But
a
I did.
waste.
No,
What a
no, I did
waste.
try this one. This one was. I'll just say it. Verde. Is it Verde hot sauce?
Let's
Does
see
that
it.
sound? What?
What is it?
Can you? I don't know if you can read that. Verde.
Never heard of it.
Verde hot sauce. So this one was nice. It was.
Verdi, that's green, isn't it? Verd.
Yeah, it's green. Yeah, is that what that means? Verde, green.
Mm,
Okay.
green.
This was hot and but it was nice. I did
All
try
right,
this
but
one.
was it your hot or like normal people grown up hot?
Oh, I'm trying to find see if it says, but no, it doesn't really say. Well, yeah, yeah, 5 out of 10. That's not bad for someone who doesn't like spice, is it? 5 out of 10. This one was two
Well,
out of ten, so I could have had this one. It's only two.
yeah.
So you could have like been brave and just dipped it in,
Yeah,
but
this one was hot, but I did like the taste of it. I just wish it didn't have that thing where it burns you. Also, got to point out, Tony said your name then, the most scouse way you could say your name, Kuki.
Kuki.
Cookie.
I know. I
I'm
like it
sorry.
though. I actually like it.
Kuki.
People wonder if I'm, crazy or that's my actual name. Yeah, it's great. If you're Kuki, is that her name? Like, what's going on? What's the deal
It's
with
So,
not
this
even
girl?
spelt like that though. It's Ku and not KOO. It's KU, but you
do
still
you
went with
know? Do you know
Kuki.
what? I should behave myself because even while I've been in Canada 4 years and I still haven't changed my accent whatsoever.
He
Like
won't. He won't.
me and Gavin were out in Montana's, was it? And
Yeah.
I didn't want crispy onions on my burger, so I said to the fella, "Can you swerve them onions, mate?"
And they don't understand what he's saying, but he sticks
And
with it.
he looked at me, and I don't realize because I've got no filter. Like if I had hair, I'd be blonde. Do you know what I mean? I don't realize what I'm saying, and then I just think it's normal. And then Gavin's in bits opposite me, and the fella doesn't know what day it is, doesn't know what's going on. Swerve the onions, but he managed to swerve them, though, didn't he? I mean, he must have
He
known what it
did,
meant.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I struggle to understand you guys sometimes. Sorry,
No, it's
being
okay.
being a soft southerner that I am. Can we get like subtitles that go across or
We,
something?
Yeah, we
I
need that.
definitely need subtitles, mate.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that your accents have not changed whatsoever.
No, none.
I reckon Gavin's has
It
a
hasn't. You didn't
little.
hear me before. You've only known me since I've lived here.
Just trying to get you back for the Balders comments, that's all.
It's no, it's the same. When I'm talking to Canadians, I think maybe a little bit certain words I'll change a little bit, but when I'm talking to like you guys, I don't need to do that, so I just
Uh,
don't.
I do say cart instead of trolley. I do say that.
Yeah.
I do say, like, not where's your bog, like, where's your toilet. I do say,
It's your bag.
where's your washroom? I don't go that far. So, where's your washrooms? I do say washrooms. Do you? Do you
Yeah.
say that? Yeah.
You have to, because if you say where's the toilet, they'll say it's in the washroom, and then you got to go, okay, where's that then? Like,
I know it just opens a big can of worms, and then you all of a sudden. And here's another thing. Here's another one, right? Every time I've said, ah yeah, they go, I'm all right. How are you?
yeah,
I never asked how you were.
yeah. It's weird because like here you'll say hey and they'll say how's it going, which is their equivalent to saying all right. Like back home we'll go all right. If you say all right to them here, they'll say yeah I'm fine, and it's like no you just meant to say hi. Like it
So
is an
they don't get
adjustment.
it.
It takes a while.
Yeah, I was in the superstore on Saturday, and I knew some girl there. I went, ah yeah. She went, I'm not having a good day. How about you? And I was like, I never asked you how your day was. I try and keep my mouth shut over here now because it stops the questions.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's about
think
like the
you'll,
drive-through's the worst. You go through the drive-through
yeah, I
and you
can't do it no
order
more.
you order a chicken burger and they don't know what you're saying. So in the end, you just have to go, "Can I have a chicken burger, please?" Because if you don't, they don't know what you're saying. They don't have a clue what you're saying.
Order a
You
chicken
sound like
burger.
that. You sound like that robot dude from Red Dwarf then.
You
Yeah.
did, yeah.
That's
Crichton.
you have
Was
to
it
become
Crichton?
him. Yeah, you have to become him. Like you pick up the phone in work and you're trying to get hold of one of the managers and it's one of those things where you just say the manager's name. If I do, they don't know what I'm saying. Like there's a guy called Don Lewis, they don't know what I'm saying, so I have to go Don Lewis in order to get through to him.
You do sound like that fella from Red Dwarf. You ordered a chicken burger, you come out with
You sound
lobster
like
and
that fella from
chips.
Red Dwarf as well, just a different fella.
Craig Charles.
Ray Charles, yeah.
No, I don't think I'll lose my accent now. It's just impossible,
You
isn't it?
won't. You won't. Well, I've been here for 13 years and I haven't. You won't. It's not
No.
going to happen, is it? Although we
Mm.
do know, me and him know somebody else that's from Liverpool that lives here and has lived
Oh
here
yeah,
for, I
Gary.
think it's 40 years now. And he sounds the same, but like, he'll say things like, instead of saying center, he'll say the center of town. So
But
he's
then
like
he'll talk
lost that.
Scouse in the next breath,
Yeah.
and
And
you're
like
like,
Oh
which?
wow.
if he was to order a glass of water, he'd lose that T completely. So he'd go, I'll have a glass of water, please. Like he's lost that little thing, but the
Yeah,
rest is
or
just Scouse.
Toronto,
Yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto instead of Toronto or Ontario, you'd say
But then he'll go full blown
Ontario.
Scouse, and then you're like, Gary, make your mind up. What are you?
Yeah,
Your
pick and
English
choose.
is
Yeah, because
coming.
when he's with us, he goes back. He tries to go back, but he's been gone that long. He sounds gibberish.
So it's like a Scouse Lloyd Grossman.
Yeah. He looks a bit like him as well.
My God, it's genius.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I
Well, it's
love
quite
Gary. I
funny.
love Gary.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Gary.
He's a character, isn't he?
I'd get him on the podcast, but it only lasts for so long. He likes to talk, doesn't
Wow.
he?
Oh,
He,
fair enough.
he doesn't even text, so I can't see him be able to negotiate a podcast.
Yeah, he's one of those people where if you text him, your phone's gonna ring. Like he'll just ring you. It's like, oh, I don't want to talk. I just want to text.
I texted him a message. It was about that long, like an essay about something to do with his home services I was trying to help him with. And the next thing, as soon as I pressed send, the phone went. All right, Tony, I've just seen your text. Well, text me back then. All right, I don't do that, mate. I was in the center of your text.
Yeah, I got to the center and thought to the corner. Yeah,
Do you do that
Oh,
thing when your phone rings? You're like, what do you want? What do you want? Just
oh,
waiting
I
for them to
know.
hang up.
yeah,
It's like your phone suddenly becomes like a bomb. You're like, shit, it's
Yeah,
gonna go any
yeah,
minute.
it's
Yeah,
like a
I'm
yeah.
nuclear
I'm
bomb, isn't
exactly.
It
it?
rings and you're just like, okay, this is. So now I haven't even answered yet, but I know for the next hour I'm going to be on the blower for the next hour at least.
Well,
Like,
hang on. Like we leave voice notes that are pretty much podcasting themselves as well. It's
yeah,
like sometimes you do think, why don't we just pick up the phone and just talk?
yeah, I know, and it is silly sometimes because our voice notes go on for like 20 minutes ago, and it's like we could have just had a chat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then I think at that time when we were leaving said long voice notes, there was a lot of like random crap going on. So we had a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's easier because you can get to them when you want, then you can listen and then reply when you get a
Yeah,
chance. Yeah,
exactly. Well, I haven't had to leave many tales of my dating escapades of late, so
yeah, things have been going
it's
quite
all
well
good.
in that department, haven't they? You
Yeah,
don't have
they
to go,
have.
you don't have to go into detail, but you're like you're happy at the moment.
I like the way you put at the moment. Thanks.
Asterisks at the end.
TBD. Yeah. No, things are going well. Things are going well. I've just decided to stay away from absolute dickheads and avoid the
And the
the
first
red
thing she
flag.
does is jump on a podcast with you and me.
Oh, dickheads everywhere.
The girl doesn't learn. Next week it'll be a different haircut. Why is the haircut? These two guys, they just stress me out. I have to have a complete image change again. No,
Brilliant.
it's
So,
not. It's not been too bad. It's not been too bad actually.
no, that's good. That's
I've
good.
just been off out and about enjoying myself. I'm having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
Been abroad several times now, which is
Oh yeah.
great.
Okay. So I wanted to talk to you about that. It was Dubai you went to.
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you, is Dubai chocolate as popular
Oh
over in
God.
Dubai as it is everywhere else?
I actually, do you know what? I saw your post about Dubai chocolate, and yes, it is. It's massive over there. As soon as we landed, the first thing Sia said to me was, "We need to go and buy some Dubai chocolate." And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll buy you some chocolate. $50.
Really, that expensive over there. I figured it would be cheaper.
No. And then it's another one, and it's made of camel milk.
Camel
Oh
milk.
my
That's weird.
God.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah. Ew, why?
Because it's just an animal, isn't it? Who cares? It's like a cow with humps.
No, it's like sort of
No,
I'm a celebrity.
are you going to
Camel
suckle on
milk.
a cat?
No, but it's like it's that kind of animal, isn't it? It's like a cow, but it's got humps. You don't think it's the same thing, isn't it? It's like a goat. Have you not tried goat's milk? It's the same thing. You're gonna drink a goat's milk and cow's milk. What's
I
the
don't
difference
drink
between
goat.
drinking a cow's milk?
And a cam. Okay, so if you see a dog,
Yeah.
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
drink its milk.
you're gonna milk it.
I just think like cats and dogs are in like their own category, aren't they? Like you don't eat them, you don't do anything with them. Like with a camel, I'd have a camel steak. Would you not have a camel steak? Be honest.
No, that's
Oh,
Why?
disgusting. They're so cute.
Yeah, but so are cows. Cows are one of the they got cows have got nicer eyes than some people.
No, I don't eat cows anyway. I mean, I'm not a huge meat eater. The only thing I'll eat is chicken because, well, they're ugly things, so
Okay,
they're
so
tasty.
you okay? So why do you not eat? Is it a religious thing, the cow thing, or is it like you
The
just don't?
cow thing, the, do you know what? I'm not overly religious. However, a cow is one of those animals that my people think are magical, so just don't eat it.
Okay,
Because
yeah, because I
I,
got
I,
confused because Ferris, I don't know if you've heard Ferris on the podcast. So Ferris is Muslim and he doesn't eat pork, and I
yeah,
thought it was for the same reasons, like what you just said, where like the cow's held in such high regard, it's not eaten. I thought it was the same with his, where the pig's in high regard, but it's not. Apparently, it's like the pig's that is like a horrible, disgusting animal, so you don't eat it for that reason. We've lost the audio. Can you hear Tony?
yeah, I've got you.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear her?
No, I can't hear it. No, she's gone.
Yeah, your audio's gone off.
No,
Maybe I'm thinking maybe the headphones, if they're wireless, have died. Maybe. Yeah, she's just trying to figure it out. But yeah, that's I find all this stuff fascinating about like we don't have to go into too much detail with like your religion and stuff like that, but I do find it really interesting. Like
it's
Ferris when he
like
was go on.
it's like I don't understand it, to be honest with you. I feel a bit like ignorant that I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, I was the
Maybe,
same, and I said that to Ferris, and he was like, "No, no." He's like, "I want people to ask questions because it's like educating people, then, isn't it? Because then you're
yeah.
learning stuff."
I mean, the only time I really knew about Ramadan, this is a terrible thing to say, is because Mo Salah plays for Liverpool and he had to fast for a month. And when he was fasting for a month, he never used to score goals. So that's when I looked into it. Because he must be, not getting the stuff that he needs, throughout the day and stuff like that. And he's an
Yeah,
athlete. So that's why I thought it was a
different, isn't it?
bit different, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
Cookie,
back
no.
in the room.
Oh,
Sorry
she's
about that.
back. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Beats headphones, for charging a fortune and being absolute shite.
So going back to what we were saying about because you were saying something and it cut out. I don't know if you can remember what you were saying, but it was in regards to like like Muslims not eating pork, and then but it's like pig is a disgusting creature, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's refreshed your memory.
Yeah. It's something to do, I believe, with like a split hoof. They won't eat anything. And I think it's same in Judaism as well. So
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I find all that sort of stuff interesting. So you don't eat. Do you like that? Have you ever tasted beef?
okay, so slight confession, and don't ever tell my family this because I will be condemned to hell. And I've already brought so much shame on them for not being a doctor. I really like Big Macs. I know. If I'm going to commit the ultimate sin, at least do it properly. But a Big Mac gets me every single time.
Yeah.
I just love the things.
Guess what I've just had?
A Big Mac.
I just had, and you know what? I don't like the pickles on them, so I always say take the pickles off.
Yeah, I know. What's all that about?
They left the
No,
pickles
no,
on.
no. Sorry, what now? How can you be hating on the pickles? That makes a whole burger. I asked them to put extra on mine.
I just don't like them. I've never have. I don't know what it is. I always pick the pickle off and throw it in the bin.
That's the. Do you know what? I know people that don't like pickle, but they like it in McDonald's. It's like a thing. I can't believe you do that.
But the fella, he left me pickle on, so it ruined the day for me a little bit.
Did it?
Because
I'm
it
about
still
to ruin
tasted.
your day even more. I had Nando's today.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just cruel.
Oh.
That's just cruel saying that.
Oh,
Can we
that's
just
my
go back to
favorite thing in the world.
Can we go back to Big Mac for a second? I've got a question
No.
for you. So is this a thing where like you can't? There's no way you can eat a Big Mac without it falling apart.
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Never
can't.
stays like it just it literally doesn't matter how you tackle it. It's that middle section sliding out.
Yeah, but then you swipe it with a chip.
Well, Cookie's looking at me like all confused. This has not happened to you.
No.
How is it happening then? Maybe my mouth's small or something, but like I can't.
You get your fingers.
Yeah.
So when you bite into it, your fingers at the bottom, these ones, sort of grip it. And then this looks really freaking dodgy right now. Like you get your fingers, you grip it, and you like stick it in your mouth. That it's not that kind of guy. That just looks awful. I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying. Jesus Christ.
I always get like a little bit that falls into the little box that they put it in, and then I swipe it with a chip. I thought that was just me.
Yeah.
No, I thought everyone's done that. Sorry, no.
They came out with a chicken Big Mac in Canada. Did you ever taste that one? Have you tried that?
No.
The Big Mac with chicken meat on it, like chicken burgers on burgers, chicken burgers on the
burgers.
Mac. Yeah. And they don't fall apart for some reason, whatever it is that's made up of. It holds it together more. It's like the beef patty, it just slides off it for me. I love them, but they're messy. They just go everywhere.
I still miss the big tasty burger from back home. I've never seen it here. I sent an email to McDonald's, didn't I, in Canada? And I fully expected them to like at least say, hey, thanks for the email, is a voucher or something. And I proper spilt my guts, heartfelt email to McDonald's in Canada, and they said, we'll let them know. Let them know what?
Let them know. Like they were going to alter the menu for one person.
Do you want me to follow up with another email once they've decided, or what do you want me to do? They could have just palmed me off with a voucher or something. That's what I'd have done. And
that's a phrase that's dodgy, isn't it? Palm me off. That only sounds like one thing, doesn't it? Palm me off. It's just. I'm sorry. Whenever I hear it, I'm always like, how is no one else like hearing the innuendo in there? Like,
this is your brain.
Yeah, you've got problems, Gavin.
Probably. Well, come on, palm
with
me off.
With your gonzo and your palming off.
What about you with your Big Mac?
I was showing you how to eat it.
You're gonna have to put 18 plus on this podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just realized actually I've said a couple of bad words as well. My parents would not be proud of me.
Yeah, this podcast. I mean, obviously, I'm sure your parents won't listen to this garbage, but you can say what you want on here. It doesn't make any difference at all. Yeah.
Yeah, you're really selling it.
Yeah, it's just a nutty show, isn't it? Really, it always has been. But Tony, going on to you. You recently moved house, so he's lived in Nova Scotia, but he lived for some reason. The fool moved all the way out in a place called Truro, where there's nothing apart from horses and hay. I don't know why he did, but he did. Finally convinced him to move up this way, so he's now 10 minutes away from me, which is great. We haven't really sort of took advantage of that yet, have we? Because you moved while I was away, and this week's just been hectic. But he now lives close by. Tell us about your experience moving from Truro to this area?
An absolute utter nightmare. I've got bruises all over my body. My hands are ribboned. That's another good saying.
Yeah, he's got an egg on his head.
Yeah, there you go, egg on my head. I've got marks on my head where I've buttered that many things. Do you get me? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Why are you headbutting things?
like leaving cupboards open and then standing up, you know, stuff like that. So I had a cupboard-shaped V on my head for like a week. But the worst one was, so I hired a U-Haul, which I don't know what it's called back home. I've been gone that long. What's
A
the moving
moving
company?
van.
Yeah, a renter van, whatever. So I
Birkenhead
ordered
van hire.
man in a van.
There you
But
go. Yeah.
there was no man, just me. So anyway, I got a big U-Haul and I really wanted, I've got a man cave now. It hasn't been done yet because there's boxes everywhere. So anyway, cut a long story short, on the way back in the U-Haul, I decided to buy a 3-seat recliner. And it's got a USB thing in the middle to charge your phone. Even if you pull a lever, a light comes out as well. And it's just like the comfiest thing ever. This was at the end of the move. So I tried to get it out of the U-Haul, and you know, the U-Haul's got a ramp. You know, you're just in the middle of the van as you're walking out with it.
Yeah.
I knocked next door to the new neighbours and I said, can you give me an hand with this couch? And they were like, yeah, I'll go and get my brother as well. So they had the other end, and I was walking out the van, put me step forward, and I missed the ramp. Completely missed it. And next thing, I disappeared with this couch. I don't know how, but the brothers next door, God love them, they managed to save the couch. I wasn't bothered about me. But I'm lying on the floor, sort of holding this couch because I didn't want it to hit the ground. And I'm like, why? It's been such a painful experience moving. I hope I don't have to do it for a while now.
Yeah.
It's just
But
horrible.
you've only got that chair into the house, haven't you? It's not even in the basement yet, is it?
It's still upstairs. I've asked Gavin to come round and help me, but you know, I don't know what he's been up to, Cookie. You know what I mean? I haven't got a clue.
As
You
he
just
said to me,
abandoned
he goes,
it.
"We're not going to be able to move. That couch is too heavy."
It is.
So what do you
It's
want me to do then? I'll come and help you.
You're gonna have to get the boys round. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Get the two brothers round, you, me, and the two brothers
Yeah.
next door.
Can you please film this?
I'm going to injure myself if I go down. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the final one. I'm going to fall down them stairs. Something bad's going to happen to me. It's like Final Destination with the recliner. Dreading it.
You think you might be a little bit dramatic on that one?
Oh God, yeah. I'm a hypochondriac. I've got everything wrong with me. I'm very dramatic. Thanks for noticing, by the way.
He is.
You're very welcome. I am quite perceptive, you know.
It's not hard.
Right. I guess on that note, we can start wrapping things up because we've been talking for a while now, haven't we? I mean, we could go on for ages, but I don't want to obviously keep you guys too much later. So, is there anything else you guys want to add before we do wrap it up?
Do you know what? You know, in case you've done the hit or shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
Hits or shit. Forgot
No,
about that.
but it doesn't matter now though, because I was going to say friends who lose their phones in KFC, hit or shit.
It wasn't lost, it was stolen.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
What is this hit or shit? I want to play now.
So hit or shit is where you basically take anything you want. So let's just use Dubai chocolates as a Dubai. Do you say Dubai? Dubai. It doesn't matter. How would they say it here? Dubai. You take Dubai chocolate, for instance, and you'd say, is it a hit or a shit? And you'd discuss it. It's almost like Room 101. You discuss whether
Right.
it's good or bad, and then at the end you say whether it's a hit or a shit. That's it.
Right.
Good or bad.
I would say shit.
It's not though. It's expensive, but it's not shit. You can't actually say that's shit.
It is.
Dubai chocolate shit.
I've never
Yes.
tasted it.
Are you basing that off the price though?
No, I mean, look at the.
That's lovely.
to me, it wasn't. Maybe I'm just a basic bitch, okay? But I like a good old Cadbury's. Give me Cadbury's any day of the week. I'm good. Dubai chocolate can go kick rocks.
Tony's nodding, but he's never tried it.
Have you not
No.
tried it?
No.
Is it the chocolate with the pistachio inside?
Yeah, but it's something else. What's the other thing it's called? What's it
What's so
called?
good about it? Like, what's so good about it? Just because it's called Dubai and
Never
it's
tried
meant to
it.
be
No, it's nothing to do with the name. Forget the name. It's nothing to do with that. It's the taste of it. What's the stuff inside? It's like shredded wheat. What is it?
pistachio.
No,
It's
not that.
pistachio. I think it is like shredded wheat. So
It's got a
I bought some for Sia because she wanted some, and I said, all right, fine. She wanted to have that, as these young kids put it, flex at school. So I managed to have like the smallest amount, and then she squirreled away the rest. But I don't see what all the fascination is about at all.
No,
In fact, I hadn't even heard of it until we went there, and she was so overly excited by it.
I think there's a difference between saying you don't see what the fuss is and it's shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't like it.
I loved it, but I don't understand why it's so popular. But I really liked it.
Fine. Next time, I'm actually going back out there soon. I will get you some with your pot noodle.
Don't take out a second mortgage or anything. It's expensive stuff.
It's fine. I'm sure I can send you a little treat, seeing as you love it so much.
And I'll put some of that what is it, medium hot sauce on it.
No, we didn't say medium. We said hot.
Yeah,
Come
but I can
on.
only get the medium in here, can't I? You'd have to
No,
send.
I'm going to send over the black bottle.
Okay.
And then you need to have that.
Tony.
And then I'll go round to yours, have it with you, and we'll all do a podcast together.
There you go.
Gavin will be in tears.
And I'll use the Dubai chocolate to bathe my tongue.
Can I just sit here and laugh at you two?
Yeah, definitely.
That's good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I don't know what it is about Nando's that's so popular anyway. When you think about it, it's just chicken and chips. That's it.
Yeah,
it makes your soul happy.
It does.
I agree, but it's weird.
Well, one of the dates I went out, we've actually been to Nando's now 3 times. That's not been all of our dates, by the way. It's not always at Nando's.
Yeah.
But the first time, we were going to go to like this really fancy pizza place. Fancy and pizza don't really go hand in hand, granted, but this was over in Holland Park. And we walked past Nando's, and I was just like, please, can we just go? He's like, are you serious? I was like, absolutely, yes, I want a Nando's. He was like, girl after my own freaking heart. Yes, we can go to Nando's. And he said, I have never seen anybody so happy. And I did not know I did this. But when I'm happy, aka when my food arrives, I do a bum wiggle.
A bum
and
wiggle.
It was at that point, pardon?
In the seat, you just like go like this.
Well, yeah, so the food came and I was like, and it was at that point he realised that he actually did really like me. But I shouldn't say it sounds really, really ungrateful, because like as you know, the previous person I was dating was a pretentious walking red flag.
Yeah.
And
understatement.
It's fine. He's never going to see this.
Yeah.
But it was string after string. It was just like these pretentious, over-the-top places where the food it's really pretty. There's not much of it. And you like leave there really hungry, and you've just paid £300 for a meal. Like,
yeah.
This, like, now go to Nando's, you're in your jeans and a hoodie, you're eating chicken. It doesn't matter if you've got sauce down your cleavage, whatever else. You're just so freaking happy. So that's it now. Nando's is our thing. Like, anytime, what do you fancy? Nando's. Yes, please. I'm going to marry you one day, I think.
There you go.
Got to keep it there.
Yeah, and maybe one day we'll get Nando's in Canada. Who knows?
Well,
You've
you
got
could, it's a franchise. You could do it yourself. Open up your own Nando's.
I would.
Why isn't the one here? I just don't understand.
Don't know.
But they
It
sell
doesn't-
the
Sell the
sauce
sauce.
in
It must
Walmart.
be. Maybe it is somewhere in Canada, just not here.
It's not. I've checked. I was going to go. I was going to fly somewhere and just go and have one. Be
Do
quicker
they
to
have
go
them in
home.
the States?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. Why is the sauce here then? Because it's not even in the international aisle. It's just there.
It's just amongst the Canadian stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
What's
can't. I don't.
quintessentially Canadian then?
Oh, fries, mustard, is it? What's that?
Yeah.
What's that other stuff? What's poutine?
It's
Poutine
lovely. It's nice
it's basically cheesy chips. So it's like
with
it's
gravy on.
yeah, your fries, gravy, and then cheese curds, which are just like big pieces of mozzarella, like big chunks of mozzarella cheese. That's it. That's a poutine.
So it's cheesy chips, northern style, just slather gravy in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not
when
grated cheese. It's big chunks of cheese curds.
but when you put the gravy on the curds, it sort of melts over the chips, doesn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it makes this big sloppy mess that you'd think you'd eat it after, 10 pints of lager and a few vodkas, but it actually is quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it looks sloppy. I'll have to give
Yeah.
it that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Is it like the US version of biscuits and gravy?
Probably,
Sort
yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
It's
No, it's not
nice.
then. It's not because it's nice. It is nice.
It is nice. I think there's one in London called Carabao Poutine. If you ever come across it, honestly, carabao, I didn't know over here is an animal.
Yeah.
It's like a
Caribou.
big bird,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's a caribou. It's a reindeer, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought,
like a little reindeer.
I thought it was a bear. I thought it was a bear.
A
A
bear.
bear.
A
Yeah.
caribou bear. No, but caribou's a reindeer.
Well, it's like a little. Yeah, it's like a little.
It's a reindeer. I'm pretty sure caribou that's the proper name for reindeer.
No, I didn't know
Well, that
that.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
You know what? It's going to bug me now because now I'm going to have to Google it once
Yeah,
we get
look it
off
up.
there.
Look it up while you're having your Nando's.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
not having Nando's now because it's nearly bedtime now. Some
Fair
of us,
point.
have
Cheeky
work.
Nando's before bed.
I've had my cheeky Nando's. I did go extra hot, so tomorrow will be interesting in my morning meetings. little musical cookie in the morning.
Right, guys. On that note, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll be back in a few weeks with another episode of Major's Mess Hall. Thank you very much to Cookie for joining us, or Kuki as Tony calls it.
Oh, Cookie.
And,
I can't even. I'm not even going to say it, but it was lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, cheers, Tony. Thanks for coming on.
No, thanks for having me, mate.
Thanks, Cookie. Talk to you soon.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Yeah.